That's the way to start.
Yes, and it'll be about MLS.
Yeah, that's what I'm here.
Yes, of course. The outlet, I do that too. Like in case I need a card. I don't know. Maybe it's always been like that. Or because I've been here.
I'm okay.
I'm treated to Justin. Okay, then go around and then up the difference and you can see it. Hi,
Why?
I'm very good. Do you need?
I'll just.
Yes, of course, yeah. Oh, let me just try to start.
So what should I say?
Oh, yeah, you can try it. Let me, I just. Just use the KWS side. Oh, hi. Yeah. Good to see you too. Yes, I did. I actually did. It was very, very, very good. A lot of good food. Good. That's important. Yeah. Good to see you.
Would you like me to share the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's in general.
You don't get paid. Yeah.
Jim, this is Sandy. I wanted to confirm that I got your message to move your daughter. Okay, sounds good. Have a wonderful day.
Hi, my name is Sean. Julie said that she wanted a month here to extend the 37. We can please check the background of the law. I'm going to be the
That's like.
Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Jose, I'm the lead trainer at the MLS. Today we're gonna look at how to create a listing in the MLS. So if you have a listing agreement and you're ready to add the listing into the MLS, we're gonna go over that step by step on how to create a listing. If you guys have any questions, just please feel free to interrupt me anytime. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions. So let's go ahead and get started. So to add a listing, it's not difficult. The steps are easy. We make it easy to add a listing. What the thing is with adding a listing, it's time consuming. There's a lot of information that you can add on our listings, and so adding it and creating a listing can take some time. Depending on how much information you want to include on your listings, it will take, a few hours. I'm not gonna say it's gonna take 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It could take an hour, 2 hours, depending on how much information, how much details you want to include on your listings. But the steps and creating a listing, it's simple, it's easy to get started and get going. The first thing you need, obviously, you need your listing agreement signed and all that. Once you have all that and you're ready to add the listing to the MLS, we're just gonna go ahead and log in. All right, so that's what you see on my screen right now. I'm logged in into the MLS.com. And the first thing we're gonna go is to go under the listings menu at the very top. So on the blue bar, on the different menu options where you have home, listings, search, so on. We're gonna go to listings and we have a module called SLIM, Listing Add Edit. You don't need to know this, but just for your knowledge, SLIM stands for Simple Listing Input Module Manager. But we always refer to it as SLIM. So every time we say SLIM, you know that it's where you add listings or you can edit all your listings. You have two options here. You can add a residential listing or a commercial. Now with commercial, we're not a commercial MLS. All right, so we have that option for our members. If you just happen to have a commercial listing, you want to include it in the MLS, you're more than welcome to add it to the MLS so that other agents can see your commercial listing. However, if you search for commercials, you're not gonna get a lot of commercial properties in the MLS. And it's just there as a option to include your commercial listings. But if you're a commercial agent, you want to search for commercial listings, then the MLS is not the place to search for commercial. Okay, you would use like LoopNet.com or CoStar. Those are like the popular websites for commercial. But that option is there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a residential, so I'm gonna click on residential. This is gonna bring us to this page here that we call the SLIM dashboard. This is where you can access all your listings. You can start a new listing, which we're about to do. But you can go ahead and pull up all your completed listings, all your solds and actives and pendings and cancels, expires. All your listings will be found here under the SLIM dashboard. So I have here some examples, like C will be canceled, E will be expired. If I had any solds, you see solds, any actives, all of those listings will be in here in my SLIM dashboard. So whenever you need to make some changes, which we're gonna look at today, maybe some updates, maybe you wanna change the price, you wanna change status from active to pending, and all your management for your listings will be in here in the SLIM dashboard, okay? Let me just mention a little bit of some of the features you have here. You have a copy listing, which we're gonna look at today, so it's very easy. If you have a listing, maybe it expired, or you cancel the listing, and you want to put it back as active, or put it back in the MLS, we have a copy listing feature where it'll save you some time, so you don't have to go through the whole complete process of creating a new listing. You just go ahead and select the listing. Let's say, for example, this first one here that I have is canceled, and maybe I renewed or have a new listing agreement for the same property. To save myself some time, I would just select the listing, checking this box here on the left, and just pressing copy listing at the top. And this is gonna ask me, do you want a copy with the existing photos and videos? Then I can say yes, continue, but we'll come back to this. And then it'll create a new listing for that same property. So it saves me some time from which we're gonna look at right now, how when you create a whole brand new listing. So we have the copy listing button there. Slim settings basically just allows you to create like your own one, report here, just like one line report. You can, create your own custom where you can add specific, columns that you wanna see here. Maybe you wanna see, the list date, or the last change type, or any columns you want to include in here in this, slim dashboard. So you can see here, if I scroll, there's different columns in there. The slim settings will allow me to create like my own custom, slim dashboard report here. The other options you see here. Now, so these right here, we're not gonna go into. These are, more, advanced training that we can go over at some other time. But we do have webinars on these. We have social media campaign. So once you create a listing and you want to, market your listing, you can use a social media campaign. Again, just select a listing. This is a cancel, so it probably won't work, but once your listing is active, select the listing in here, go to social media campaign. And this is gonna take you to the, HomeSnap, social media campaign, tool where you can, market your listing on Google, Waze, if you use Waze, like the navigating, software, and, Facebook. This will allow you to market your listing. You set a price, how much you wanna pay for marketing. The more you pay for, obviously, the more, view and more exposure you get on your listing. So we have a webinar on this that guides you step by step how it works. So I'm not gonna go into that. Share social media. If I wanna share my listing on social media, I can just click on that. Obviously, this is a cancel listing, so it's not gonna work, but again, once your listing is active, you can share it just by simply clicking share social media, and you can select different social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and all these, websites, and easily share your listing on social media.
Excuse me, do they have to pay for share on social media?
I'm sorry?
There's extra charge?
No, there's no charge for that, it's free. Yeah, you just have to, log into your account, like Facebook, for example, and all those websites. Reverse prospecting, it's a tool you can use that once your listing is active, it allows you to share your listing with other agents that, have a safe search in the MLS. And your listing matches their safe search criteria. Okay, so, I don't have any active listings, but if I did, I'll be able to go ahead and just select the listing, just simply checking that box, and then taking reverse prospecting. Obviously, this is a cancel listing, so it will not work, but, so once you have an active listing and you want to email your listing to those agents, just go ahead and, go to Slim Dashboard, select your listing and click on reverse prospecting, and that'll give you a list of all the agents that have a safe search. Okay. So those are the different options here. There are some other options here, like the print button. If you want to print this Slim Dashboard with all your listings, you can download a CSV file into an Excel spreadsheet. If you want to run or create a CMA on your listing, you can go ahead and just check that, create a CMA, and it'll connect you with Cloud CMA. This button here is create a buyer's tour. So if you want to create a report for a buyer's tour and you want to include your listings, just check the listings and then click that button and it'll create a buyer's tour report. And then the reports basically just runs like the agent detail report on your listing. Some of the other features we have here at the very top, we have residential and commercial. If you happen to have a commercial listing in the MLS, just go to commercial and you'll see your commercial listings under that tab. So you can switch from residential, commercial from here. Complete, incomplete, and expiring soon. So complete, these are all your listings that have been completed, that you went through the whole process on creating a new listing and you finished the listing. So these are all your complete listings. So these are all complete listings. Incomplete listings, these are listings that you started but have not finished adding the listing. So what we do is when you create a new listing and you're adding all the information, the system automatically saves your process, your progress. So let's say you start a new listing, and you need to go out, maybe you have a meeting with a client or you're going on a buyer's tour or some open houses, and you started your listing and you can't continue, all your listings will be saved under incomplete. That way you can come back and continue with your listing. So here you can see I have some incomplete listings that I started, never finished. I can just go back in here under incomplete, press the edit button, and this will allow me to continue adding the listing. Expiring soon, these are listings that are about to expire in the MLS. So when you sign a contract, a listing agreement, you have a start date and you have an end date, an expiration date. So when the listing is about to expire, I believe it is 10 days, I think. You'll get an email and that that listing will show up here under expiring soon. Okay, so you can always access your listings that are about to expire. Okay, so these are the different options that you have here under the same dashboard. The other options you have here on the left side, it's filters. So you allow you to filter your listings. So maybe you have a lot of listings in the MLS and you're having a hard time finding that listing. You can go in here and you can say, I want to see that that listing that canceled, a month ago or whatever. I can select cancel under the status. And now it'll only show me all my canceled listings. If I had any expired, I can just go ahead and select expired, and that'll filter out all the listings and show me the expired. Okay, so I'll click on expired, and so now it'll only show me those listings that are already expired. Okay, so sometimes you might have a lot of listings in same dashboard. Maybe you have a long inventory and it's hard to find those listings. Just go into the filters here on the left side, and then you can go ahead and filter out the results. You can filter by status, by property type. So if you have leases, condos, single family, income, so you can filter out by property type as well, or by area. Or you can do all three. You can select that canceled listings, that was a condo in Beverly Hills. I can put all the different filters and narrow down the results on my own listings. You can also search where on the right side, you have the search by address, MLS number, or APN. You can just type in here, let's say I want to look for that 8350 Wilshire. I can type in the address, and then it'll bring up all those listings that, that have that address. So I can also search for a specific property. And the last thing you see here on the top right corner is printable forms. Right now, we're going to go into adding a new listing, which is that create new listing button. But sometimes you want to fill out the whole entire form that we're going to look into right now, and you want to pre-fill it out so that when you come back into the MLS and you're ready to add the listing, you have all the data that you're going to put into the listing. So printable forms will take me to the forms. Depending on the type of property you're going to add, you can just go ahead and click like on PDF, and it'll print out that printable form that we're about to fill out a listing. So like if I'm going to add a residential single family, I can just click on PDF. It's going to download that PDF, and then I can take this with me once I go and look at the property, and then I can add all the details that I'm going to be adding on the listing itself in the MLS. So it'll be a PDF file. Once it's done downloading, you can print it and take it with you. We'll come back to that once it finishes loading. Okay, so that's printable forms. All right, there it is. Okay, so all of this information, so you see it's 30 pages. So all of these details are in the actual input form as in the MLS. So you can print this out, and then once you come back to the MLS, you have the data that you're going to be putting in the listing. Okay, so you can print this out and take that with you. All right. So now we're familiar with Slim Dashboard. All right. So now we're ready to create a new listing. So right here on the right side, we have the create new listing button. So I'm just going to press create new listing. So this will take me to a short wizard where I make some selections and enter some data to begin my listing. So we have the property type. What kind of listing am I adding into the MLS? So all the ones on the top row, these are all for sale, listings, okay? Single family, condo, income, land, and mobile home, okay? If I'm adding a single family for lease, then I have to add a lease listing right below here. Select that option and then continue with the rest of my, entering the listing. And then once you're entering the information, all the data, then you can select it's a single family, or it's a condo, or it's an ADU that I'm, listing for lease. Okay, so make sure you select the correct property type. For example, if you select a single family here, you can see it says for sale, but sometimes we just want to go right through it. We select single family, but the actual listing is for lease. And you go through the whole process of adding the listing, and then you complete the listing, and then you realize after you've completed the listing that you didn't select lease, you selected single family. So then you're gonna, you need to come back and then change it to for lease. And then you're gonna find out that you can't change it once it's completed. You can't change the property type. All right, then we're gonna get you calling the MLS help desk and they say, hey, I need to change it to lease. Unfortunately, you or us at the MLS can't change it. So our answer is gonna be you have to cancel that one and start all over again. Make sure you select lease. Okay, so just make sure that you select the right one. If it's a lease listing, select lease. Okay, so I'm gonna do a single family for sale today, as an example, but you can choose any of these. All right, so once you select the property type, it's gonna ask you for the APN number. If you don't have or don't know the APN number, we can search for it by selecting address. Okay, and then you can go ahead and select, enter the street number and the street name. That's the only thing that are required. You can fill out the rest if you want. But I'm gonna use our office address. So I'm gonna say my property address that I'm entering is 8350 Wilshire. And I'm gonna hit search right below. This is gonna bring up the results. If this was a condo, then you're gonna get a bunch of different unit numbers. So make sure you select the correct unit number. So there's the APN, there's the address, and in this case, it's a single family, so I only have one. So I'll go ahead and select that.
What's APN?
APN is assessor's parcel number, which is kind of like the tax ID for the property. So now we have, the public records information once you select the address or you enter the APN number. Okay, so you'll see this automatically fills out based on the APN number or the address you enter. All we gotta do here is we gotta verify that everything is correct. We're gonna review public records. So here you see the address, okay, make sure everything is correct. And then below we have some details like your build, bathrooms, bedrooms, lot size, square footage, okay, all that information. If, let's say for example, the public record shows this as a 4 bedrooms property, okay, and now the current owner maybe added or did an additional bedroom, so now it's 5 instead of 4. So even though public records, it's in blue, it'll say whatever they have on their records. You can always make that change under the white field, under the white section of each field. So again, let's just say that this listing was in the public records 4, but now it's 5. I can change that and put 5 in the white section, okay? Let's say number full bathrooms. Let's say now it has 3 full bathrooms, maybe it has 1 half bathroom. I can enter that in the white section. So you can always make that update in the white area. Let's say building square footage, maybe now it's a bigger property, or maybe public record shows a wrong square footage. Again, you can correct that in the white section. Let's say this is 36, I don't know, 100 or 400, whatever it is. So you can go ahead and make that change. If you change the square footage of the building living area or the lot size, you'll see that it has source of square feet. Because I made that change, it's gonna ask me, where did I get that information from? Okay, so Vendor enhanced means public records. Our public records vendor, that's who provided this information. Okay, but if I did make that change, now I have to select where did I get that data. All right, so you have different options. You have from an appraiser, the assessor, an assessor went to the property, from the builder, developer, it's an estimated, or other, maybe the owner provided that, the plans or survey, it was taped, or title company. So those are the different options. Let's just say maybe the owner gave me that, so I'll select own, okay? So the source means where did this come from, this data, this information, okay? All right, so we go in there, we review and make sure everything is correct. We'll go ahead and click on next on the top right corner. And then we have the area and the location. Based on the APN number of the address, we automatically suggest the area. Okay, so this, my office, it's obviously in Beverly Hills, so that's why it suggests Beverly Hills area. Okay, if it's not in the Beverly Hills, let's say maybe sometimes it's like on the other side of the street, which then changes the area, I can always go in here and make that change. I can just, X that one out and type in the area that I want. Okay, but I'll just leave area 1 for Beverly Hills. And then we want to make sure that the pin on the map is pointing to the correct location. So I know right at the back that's the right area, location, but let's just say it was in the wrong, like I said, maybe it's on the other side of the street. So I can zoom in on the map here in the top right corner, just to get a better view of the map. And then I can move this pin just by dragging it, okay? Like I said, maybe it's like on the other side of the street, or maybe on this side of the area, or you could just go ahead and move it and make sure it's pointing to the right location. And so I'll go ahead and just make sure it's there. And then once you confirm the location and the area, we go to the next button in the top right. And now we're in the input sheet. This is what we call the input sheet because this is where you add all the information on your listing. Now, there are some required items here on the right side. These are all the fields that you must fill out. You must enter information on these fields. So for a single family residence, there's 35 required items. For lease, I think it's a little bit less. I think it's 28. Income has its own required fields. So just make sure for whatever property type, you fill out all these fields. So single family, it's 35 items. So I have to make sure before I complete my listing that I fill out and put data on all these fields. If you just want to fill out the required items, you can jump to them just by clicking. Let's say I want to go to building type. I can click on building type here on the right, and it's going to take me to that section. And every required item will be highlighted, and also you'll see a little red asterisk next to that item. Okay, so not only are they going to appear here on the right side, but as you're going through the input sheet, you'll also see that it's required. Okay, let me go back to the top. Okay. Also on the top here, you see different sections or different pages, different areas. These are the ones that have like a little red or orange dot. That means that that section or that page has required items that have not been completed. Okay, so you can jump to different pages or different sections here. If I want to go straight to the photos, I can go to photos. Or if I want to go back to the listing section, you can jump to the different sections here at the top. Also within those sections, there are subsections here on the left side. Okay, right now you can see I'm on the address, but if I just want to go to the remarks, I can go to remarks. And this is where I type in like the description, there's agent remarks. These are the public remarks, marketing remarks. These are the public, so what the public sees. Agent remarks, only what agent are allowed to see. Okay, and there's more remarks as we continue to see the listing. So here on the left side, there's subcategories or subsections to jump to. So you can always go to a specific area that you want to fill out. And if you go back again to address to the very top, So some of the other, features or, sections that you have here or options, you have to search for a field, okay? Maybe I can't find a specific, field, like, let's say maybe, I come back to the listing and I forgot to add, that my listing has a pool. Okay, so I can go in here, I can't find pool here, so I can just make it simple and just click on or type in pool. It's under exterior features, so here's exterior features, but I can just simply click on the results. Click on pool and it'll take me to the pool area, okay? So if you need to find or search for a specific field, you can just type in under the search for a field here in the top left corner. Let me just explain what's going on here at the top. Here you have the type of property we're adding, so I'm adding a single family residence. If it was a lease, you'll see LLC. If it was income, you'll see INC and so on. So this tells you what type of property you're adding. Here is your property that information. Here is your MLS number that has been assigned to your listing. Here's a print button. So sometimes when you fill this out and the client or the owner of the property is asking you to print out the listing before, so they can review it. You can print this out, just click on print and it'll create a PDF file of that form. So it's gonna be a long form because it's a lot of fields. Okay, so I can exit this. I think I have to wait for it. But anyway, so yeah, so you'll be able to go ahead and print this and so once you fill this out, all this information will be filled out. So you can see like once I get to like the address and all that. All right, so once you fill out the data, all that information will be shown here. Close this out. Okay, so that's a print button. Preview. This will show you the agent detail full as you're entering the listing. If you want to look at how your listing is coming along, you click on preview. And this is going to show you the agent detail full. Okay, so obviously I don't have a photo yet. There's a map. Here's so far what it's showing. As I'm entering my listing, you can see the agent detail full. So that's a preview. And then the procedures, you can see again, save draft, right? So like I mentioned, as you're entering listing data on your listing, your system automatically saves it, but you can always press save draft just to make sure that it's saving your progress. Proceed to submit. Once we're done with adding the listing and all the information, proceed to submit will finalize and submit the listing as an active listing immediately. It goes active right away. And then the exit button lets you get out of the input sheet and then you can come back later. All right, so let's take a look at adding the listing. So right now we're in the address section. So again, we already confirmed this, but you can always make changes here. We have again the location where it shows you the map, the area. Okay. Keep going down. Again, there's the area. Builders tract name subdivision. If your listing or the property is within like a subdivision, you can add that subdivision there. Cross streets, you can add that information. The ones that are white like this, that's not required. So if you don't want to put cross streets, you don't have to. And the system won't let you not continue. Directions is required. So remember, anything that's highlighted like this kind of like yellowish, orange, gold color, you can those are required fields. So you must fill this information. So directions, we're not looking for turn by turn directions. What we're looking for here is just to make it clear so that other agents can locate the property. So sometimes your listing is like behind the main property, or it's kind of hard to locate the property. In my case, I would put here like corner of I don't know, Wilshire and Tower Street. Or I could put like across the street, across the street from Starbucks or something like that. It's just to make it easy to locate the property, okay? So you just have to fill something out, okay? Then we go down, we'll see map page, Thomas Guide. This, we still have it there because some agents want it there, but it's not required. School district, all right, so with school, you can see that it's not a required item, okay? So I don't have to fill this out. However, searching for listings within a school zone or school area has become very popular nowadays, okay? So agents might say, they might be looking for a listing that's, within, the Fairfax High School, or, at the top of my head. But if I don't fill this out, again, it's not required, but if I don't put this information here, when other agents are looking for listings and in the Fairfax High School area, and I don't put this information, my listing will not pop up as part of the results. And so that's why when I said at the beginning, it could be very time consuming. Because there's a lot of fields that are not required. But we at the MLS always advise and suggest to put as much information as you can. Okay, because this will allow other agents that are searching, for my listing to come up if it matches their criteria.
Sorry, is there any website for it? So we want to make sure that we get correct high school.
You would just have to determine, maybe go to like LAUSD, or the district website, depending on what district it belongs to. Yeah, so you would just wanna make more, find out, yeah,
Make sure it's accurate,
yeah.
but we can always say wire to verify.
But, what's up?
We can always say wire to verify.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Yeah, but if you put it in there.
That's a very good idea. I
and
never
search,
do it because I thought I don't want to take this. responsibility.
Yeah, but if you put it, what he said, if you put in there and the agent search, you're gonna be
Excellent
found
idea.
more, your listing is gonna be found more in the agent search.
Yeah, you're gonna get more exposure, the more data you put in, absolutely. And so, again, put as much data as you can, so we continue here. We have structure info, okay? Remember I said if you enter a lease, you'll have the option to select if it's a single family, if it's a condo, if it's a townhouse. Here, the property subtype, you can go ahead and select that option, okay? Again, it's not a required, but again, the more data you put in, the more exposure, the more your property will come up as results, okay? So we continue there. Here are some more fields that are not required. A building type, this just says if it's sharing a wall with another property or another address. So if it's attached, that means that we're sharing a wall. If not, it's a standalone property, okay, detached. Okay, style of the property, okay, if it's a contemporary property, French, Spanish, whatever, style. All right, so you can continue. I'm not gonna go through every single field because it's gonna take me hours and hours to just go over each field. But I just wanna make sure you guys understand that the more data you put in, the better for your listing when it comes up, for when searching. All right, so I'm gonna just continue going here and, I'm gonna jump back to, I'm just gonna scroll through it so you can see there are a lot of fields. That's why this portion of adding the listing, that's when takes a lot of time. All right, so I'm just gonna go down and just go through it. A lot of these fields are very self-explanatory, so I do wanna pause when it comes to remarks. So I'm just gonna get there. You can see it's a very long input sheet here. So it's a long form. All right, let me go to remarks. Just jump there. Okay. With remarks, like I mentioned, marketing remarks, this is the public remarks. So when you share a client detail, or if the public goes to our guest site, this is what they see. This is like basically the description of the property. Here's where you can put in, beautiful home with ocean view and built by whoever and so on. So you put the description here. And just want to make sure you are aware of this excuse me, this information. Remarks may not reference any names, phone numbers, email addresses, any websites, lockbox codes, or showing information. Okay, so that means if I happen to type in here, contact Jim at 323-123-4567. Okay, if I put a phone number or a name, I'm going to be in violation. Okay, or if I say open house scheduled on Sunday from 11 to 1, you know, whatever information as, open house or showing information, okay, that is gonna be a violation. So make sure you do not add any of this information when you're adding the description here.
What is the cost of?
The violation, I don't have information, it's more like the compliance. I've seen some that are like, a couple $100. I honestly, I don't know the price, right, the cost. Okay, but you do get, if you are, let's say, for example, you do put in like any of that information here, you will get an email first, like a warning. They'll send you two emails, and then they'll assess the price. Yeah, and if you don't change it by the third time. The fourth time, they'll give you a price, a cost, they'll assess a cost, and they'll cancel your accounts until you fix that issue. All right, agent remarks here, because this is for agents, anything goes. Okay, you can put in any information in here, lockbox codes, websites, emails, phone numbers. Okay, you can put that here because this is for agents only. Okay, so I just want to make sure that that's clear. Okay, that marketing remarks, don't, make sure that you don't reference any of this information. Okay, if you have any questions, like to say maybe, or any doubts that you're not sure what you're writing in here is a violation, you can always call the help desk, and then we can make sure, you know, let you know if it's, you know, it's okay or not, or we can even have you speak with compliance, for whatever reason we're not sure as well. Compliance can help you with that. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna go keep going down. All right, so you can see it's a very long input sheet, and this is just the listing section. Okay, then once you get to the bottom, you see next, and then it'll take us to the contract section. Coming soon, let me talk a little bit coming soon. So coming soon, these are listings that are not going to go active immediately. You're just gonna pre-market your listing to the agents. So you can say coming soon, yes. There are some requirements for coming soon. You are required to have at least one photo before you complete your listing. It has to be an exterior photo. You must have the claw coming soon form filled out and signed by the owner. You can download it from here, just click this blue link. Okay, and this is the form that you're gonna sign. Go ahead and zoom in a little bit here so you can see. Okay, so this is the seller's authorization to add the coming soon listing. Okay, you're gonna fill this out and have the owner sign, and you as well, you're gonna sign. Once that's signed, okay, you have the download or print button here to print it out. Once it's signed, you're gonna upload it just by choosing a file and wherever you saved it, right? This is not my computer, but if you go ahead and search for that file and select open, and it'll add that file. Okay, and then the last thing you have here is check this box that you are aware of the coming soon rules. Okay, the rule is that you must have one exterior photo, have that CS form signed and uploaded. Okay, there are some do's and don'ts, like with the coming soon forms, like coming soon listings. You cannot do open houses coming soon. You can, there's, sorry?
I'm sorry, how about showing? Just
Private showings, yes. Yeah,
Did you say no open house?
no open houses are coming soon. What else is there? There's I'll bring up the file, so it shows you what you can and cannot do. Okay, but let me see if I can have a bombing slim right now, I can't, but I'll show you top of my head, I can't remember all the do's and don'ts, but like no open house, no CMAs. It does not syndicate to like Zillow, Redfin, Trulia, Realtor.com. So we don't share coming soon listings. So those are some of the rules. Then days on market, okay, with coming soon. Coming soon is for 21 days, okay, 21 days is a maximum time limit for coming soon. And then after the 21st day, right at midnight, it'll automatically switch to active, okay?
Can I ask you a question?
Yes,
If the seller asks us if you can, I'll sign if you want to extend it, would that be possible or this is?
no, you can't extend a coming soon listing, it's just 21 days. If it's not ready to go active right after the 21 days, then you would just have to cancel that coming soon. And then, once it's ready, you come back and put it as active. You can only do coming soon once, okay, for the same property, okay? If it's not ready, you cancel that coming soon listing, and then once you're ready, then you come back, and then you just go straight to active.
I'm sorry, can we, change it sooner than 21 days to?
Yeah, so if you don't need 21 days, maybe you say just 10 days, 50 days,
Sometimes
you
the
just
way-
change it to
Oh, I
active
see.
yourself.
I'm doing one
How
this
do you-
afternoon.
Okay. Yeah,
How do you change it?
you just change the status. I'll show you how to change status, but yeah, you just go from coming soon to active. Yeah,
If somebody has the coming soon for 10 days, for example, and let's say they list it today, us as members of MLS can be seized 10 days?
yeah, no, you'll see, no, you won't see 10 days, you'll see
Yeah, I will
the
see.
21 days. Coming soon listings, we'll pull one up, it'll show you expected data market is based on the 21 days from when they added that coming soon
But if
listing.
they agreed to 15 days, we wouldn't be able to. see.
Yeah, so no, you just see it as an active listing.
So like,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, so 21 days and the days on market do not count while it's under coming soon. However, if you enable showings, let's say you want to use showings plus, okay? And if I say yes, okay, then the days on market do count. Because you're allowing showings, you want, you're already marketing the listing and showing the property. So then the days on market will count. Okay, this is, the days on market will not count only if you say, no, I don't want to use showings plus. Then 21 days, it'll stay at 0 days on market for 21 days, okay? So if you do enable it, then the days on market will count once you finish the listing. Okay.
So I'm sorry, this is a
Yes.
little bit confusing. So if you say yes, the coming soon become active automatically?
So if I say yes, it'll still show as a coming soon, but the days on market are gonna accumulate. Okay, so it's just if you, just the days on market, if you enable showings. All right, so that's coming soon. All right, let's just say I'm not gonna add a coming soon listing, so I just say no and continue. Okay, oh, by the way, I didn't mention, if you do coming soon, and let's say you add this listing at, $1 million, and you change the price to, $900,000 while it's under coming soon. That price change is not gonna be recorded once it becomes active, okay? Once it becomes active, whatever the price is at that moment, that's what's gonna show, and it won't show that, hey, when it was coming soon, I put it at 1 million and not 900. It won't be recorded. Okay, so the list price does not get recorded. What under coming soon?
And, can
It's very
we
good to
accept
excite
offer?
people.
I mean, if somebody brings offer, we can accept it during.
Yeah, so, yeah, if it's a coming soon and you accept it, there's an offer, you would change it to
To
sold,
active.
if it's
So
sold.
active, I can change it to active and.
Coming soon, straight to sold.
So I can do
Yeah.
that.
So you're saying like, if I have a 21-day coming soon, on 20th day, I talk to the owner and say that 1 million, let's go to 900,000 because it won't show.
Right.
So in few days time when it's active at 900, if somebody clicks on active to see the history, they won't see that.
That's the list price, huh? But nothing changed.
Now, if we want you to update it, just say we call MLS. And.
Okay, what?
update our listing?
No, you updated yourself.
Oh. we
I'm gonna
can't
show you how
pay
you can manage your listings.
We can't pay you to do, you guys to do
No, no.
that.
No, you can call us and we can walk you through it,
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
but
I
yeah,
thought
we don't
could
make
give you
changes.
some money, like,
You can negotiate how much you want to pay.
oh, man.
Okay, did you have a question?
No.
No, okay. Okay, so I'm gonna continue here with contract, so we're still looking at contract. Under contract, this is where you go ahead and put in like the price, the list date. Okay, with the list date, a lot of agents get this confused. The list date is not the date that I'm filling out or adding the listing in the MLS. The list date is the date on the contract, okay, on the listing agreement. So if I sign the listing agreement today and I'm adding the listing on the MLS today, then yes, I'll put today's date. But let's say maybe I signed the contract, the listing agreement on yesterday or on Tuesday or on Monday or whenever, I put the date on the listing agreement, okay? And when it comes to adding the listing into the MLS, you have 2 business days to add the listing into the MLS. Okay, so if you signed on Monday, today's Thursday. If I signed the contract on Monday, I'm in violation because I'm adding it today. Okay, so here you have to make sure that you have 2 business days, right? So, and it doesn't count weekends or holidays. If I sign a contract on Friday, okay, and I can add the listing by Tuesday, okay, 2 business days. If the Monday was a holiday, then I have to, Wednesday, you got 2 business days. But
What is the violation like
I'm sorry,
let's say I do that, I didn't know, so I'm in violation, what happens to?
compliance will reach out to you. They'll issue a violation.
Is it like the warning first time or?
Yeah, first time they'll tell you, hey, you didn't put it on time, next time, make sure you do it.
Next time you don't go to MLS jail.
Yeah,
Now, if you do it on a third day, like just say,
so if you sign on Thursday, then you have Monday, till Monday.
no, but I'm just saying, if just say you do it Tuesday, is that? I mean, you still get a violation.
Yeah, because you're not within the-
One day late.
Yes.
Okay.
Another rule when it comes to adding the listing into the MLS, you might be aware of it, but is the clear cooperation rule by NAR. That means that if you have a listing, you have a contract, and you publicly market that listing, meaning, let's say you put on the property a sign that says coming soon, or you already go for sale, on the, that's available to the public to view that. Or if you buy an ad on LA Times or a magazine, that magazine or LA Times is available to the public. That means, so anytime you market the listing to the public and the listing is not in the MLS, that's a violation. You have 1 business day to add it to the MLS from publicly marketing that listing. That's the clear cooperation rule. Okay,
1 business day only.
I'm sorry?
1 business day. only.
1 business day, yeah.
People, one business.
1 business day if you publicly market that property.
You have to put it in
Yeah.
MLS.
You have to put in MLS within 1 business day. Okay, like, any example like I did, let's say you put a sign on the property that says for sale or coming soon, and it's not in the MLS yet, you have to put in the MLS within 1 business day. Yeah, that's the clear cooperation rule.
What about social media? Let's say you.
Yeah, if you put it on social media, you have to put in the MLS, okay, within 1 business day. All right, so let me continue here. We have, the expiration date.
Who wanna put the.
What is on the MLS?
So what if the seller don't wanna put it on the MLS yet or in
So,
general?
That's good.
so in that case, if the seller doesn't want to put it in the MLS, you need the SCLM form from, Zip Forms, which is the seller to exclude listings on the MLS.
Okay.
But you cannot market to the public. Okay, cannot be, advertised to the public.
They're not even placed.
Once you put a sign to the public, that SCLM, it's no, you have to put in the MLS. Okay, so if you don't want to market, if you don't want to put in MLS, you can only market within your own office or business. Okay, but cannot go to other brokerages. Okay, All right, so we're gonna continue here. I'm almost running out of time, so just go through all this, the fields that are required, fill all this information, and we can go into all the different sections. Showings is in regards to showing the property. If you need to provide any information in regards to showings. With photos, really quick, you can add up to 75 photos per listing. They must be JPEG files or JPG and no bigger than 5 megabytes. Okay, so you can add photos, documents, if you wanna include any documents on your listing, on any contracts.
This is 75?
75 photos max.
75.
Yes. Documents, any document you wanna include, I've seen contracts in here, I've seen some forms, some, reports that you wanna provide in here. You can add up to 10, again, JPG or PDF, no bigger than 5 megabytes. And then media, it's where you can add like a virtual tour, public, property websites, or any Vimeo or YouTube videos that you wanna include on your listing. Maybe you have like a, like a 3D tour or something like that. You can add all these web videos in here and make them available on your listing. Once you're done, once you fill out all the required items and you put all the information, all you do is just click proceed to submit, and that'll create the listing right away in real time. It's available on the MLS.
Excuse me, question. If you take a video on your cell phone, can you upload it into there?
If you take a video on your cell phone, you have to upload it first to either Vimeo or YouTube. Cannot go straight from your phone to the MLS. We don't support files, only links.
Okay, it has to go to YouTube or,
Yeah, YouTube or Vimeo. These are the two websites that we support. Or if you have like a website yourself that you edit, you can add the link to that video. Okay? All right, once you submit the listing, all right, it'll become under same dashboard, it'll be under complete. And then you'll be able to edit. If you need to make some changes, this view button will say edit, just like on my incomplete. Let's say I didn't complete the listing. I can always go in here, it'll say edit, and it'll take you back to the input sheet where you can complete your listings and make those changes or updates. Okay, so edit, all right, you'll see the edit button here on the left, and that'll let you edit. You'll also see some green buttons like this one right here. This is for photos. So this green pencil button will allow me to change or add photos. Okay, adding photos is pretty simple. You just go here and click on add in the top left corner. You're gonna go ahead and either drag and drop the files, or you can browse for the files, select them, and then just click on upload once you're done on the top left to finalize the uploading photos. Under your complete listings, you'll also see those green buttons you see here with photos. You can also edit photos. If a listing is active or it's not an off-market status, you'll also have a green button next to status, which will allow you to change the status, like coming soon to active or active to pending and all that. You'll be able to change the status by clicking that pencil or the edit button on the left. And then also the price. With the price, you also see that little green pencil button here. If you need to change the price, like drop it or increase it, you'll be able to edit the price. Okay, so those are all the adding a listing, the slim dashboard. Any questions? I got 2 minutes left.
Back to the coming soon, if I get a contract, if I get an offer, but I'm looking for backup offer, why till I can go put contract under?
You can switch from coming soon to any status, any cancel, withdrawn, yeah, or active. Yeah. Any other questions on Slim, adding a listing?
What was the purpose behind creating coming soon?
What was all, I'm sorry?
What was the purpose behind creating coming
So
soon?
sometimes you have a contract, right, and it's not ready to go right to active. So sometimes you might be like, I heard some agents say, I'm pre-marketing the listing, I'm letting agents know, hey, I have this listing coming on the market soon. It's not ready yet, maybe they're doing staging, or, maybe they're finalizing an addition of the property, might take, a couple of days.
Would you have brokers open with coming soon?
Not brokers, remember, no open houses.
Okay, I was running.
Showings, yes, a scheduled showing, but no open houses, broker or public. Okay? Any other questions? I don't know on Zoom if there's anybody.
I don't see any.
No, okay, cool. If not, that's it. That's what we have for you guys today, how to add a listing into the MLS. We can always come back into, our webinars. Maybe, show where you can access some of the webinar trainings in case you want to review all of this or any other, features or tools. Just go to the help menu at the very top. First option you have is training and help. And you'll see the first option here is webinars. You can click on register and this will show you like all the coming up webinars that we have available. You just click on on view and that will allow you to see the different trainings that we have recorded. Okay, you just look for Slim. Or you can watch any of these pre-recorded webinar trainings. Also with Slim, under the helps page, here on the left side, we do have a section for Slim. And it gives you step-by-step on how to create a new listing as well, how to get started. Okay, so just access Slim and then, click on create new listing and so on. Okay, so you also have a step-by-step. So yeah, other than that, if there's no questions, well, thank you guys for coming in and hopefully, the next training we come back, we'll do another. training. Thank you guys, appreciate it.
My listing is been-
All right.
Sorry, I did-
Yeah, you can share.
Oh,
Oh, wait, and you.
Oh.